Welcome to a broadcast of Thursdays with Sheriff Todd Baxter. Each week with host Dom Genova, Sheriff Baxter has short discussions on topics you know and want to know more about, or don't know and should know. Here is Sheriff Todd and host Dom.
Well, welcome everybody to our first edition of Thursdays with Sheriff Todd. Now, this is a production of the No Nonsense Roundtable. We're going to do this every week, and we're going to be talking about, well, things that are relevant to, well, sheriffing. Sheriffing, if that's such a thing.
It's a verb.
It's a verb. And I guess the thing is, the first thing we should do is kind of explain what we're doing. It's going to be a weekly thing. It's going to be about what's happened during the week, but maybe not all the time happening during the week. Concepts.
Concepts of law. I'd like to get that out there. You know, there's obscure laws people are confused with. There's current events that are occurring in our community or nationwide, as we see with the terrorist events in the last couple of days, and what the sheriff's office is doing. You know, unique things we're doing, like teaching active shooter response, or out there doing specific details like retail theft or vehicle and traffic enforcement for aggressive driving, or your favorite subject, the Kias and the Kia boys. You know, we can talk about those.
the
car dealer.
Just leave the keys in the car.
Yeah,
just save everybody a lot of bother. Just leave the keys. As a matter of fact, they should have one key for all of them.
That's kind of where we're coming to, right? I mean, people are so frustrated with 4,000 stolen cars in Monroe County in 1 year. Think about that number. Those are things people don't know, so that's why we look forward to this opportunity to share with the public, right?
Well, the thing is, I think there are a lot of things that are in the news, and they may not necessarily have a lot of effect on your life as a citizen.
Right.
And then there are a lot of things that people either have misconceptions about or they're curious about. And our idea here, I guess, we're formulating as we go, is to do something in 5, 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes every week, and it's going to enlighten you to something that you haven't been enlightened to before.
Right, and have a little fun doing it. That's the other part. You know, we obviously a sense of humor about life. You gotta laugh at some of these things that are going on around us, and
we just had
laugh at each other, and take the serious stuff serious, but also enjoy life.
Well, we were talking before the show about the length of knife.
Yeah.
Right, and you were saying that it doesn't make much difference.
I get asked all the time, 4 inches. So you can't have a knife bigger than 4 inches in New York State. And I'm like, where do these? It's strictly a rumor. You can have as large a knife as you want.
And my comment to you is, it depends how far you stick it in someone.
Then you're getting in trouble with the law, right? That was just a great response. I never thought about that one. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the. It's not the length of the knife; it's how far you stick it into somebody.
But now in New York State, you can't have a double-edged blade, so you can't have two sides sharp. That's called a dagger, so that is illegal. So just things like that people wouldn't know generally, but I get asked all the time about, can you have a knife bigger than 4 inches, or like, I don't know where this came from.
Well, and a lot of people, I think, don't even understand what a sheriff does, because the jails are under your venue, and how many people you have working for you?
So I have about 1,200 total employees. So you think of a chief of police, and that's what I ultimately am with the road patrol, the people that do the police work. But you have a jail, you have the court bureau, you're responsible for safety and security of judges and juries, and the courthouse. And then we have a civil bureau that people have no idea what the heck a civil bureau is. And every sheriff's office in New York State has a civil bureau underneath our Constitution, believe it or not, that is the enforcement end of court proceedings. So who goes out and judge says, Dom Genova owes Todd Baxter $50,000, and you say, screw, pound salt, you're never going to get it. Well, who in law enforcement goes to get that $50,000? That's the civil bureau of the sheriff's office.
I did not know.
That's what this podcast is all about, right?
I did not know that. So we're going to try to do this every week.
Yeah.
Well, try to do it. We are going to do this every week. And we have a website. It is Thursdays with Sheriff Todd .com or .org. I forget which one I did. It's .com or .org.
We'll clarify that in a minute.
We'll clarify that.
Let me check my emails.
And right now there is no website yet. I
Yeah,
have to
this is
tell
all
you,
a brand new idea.
yeah, this is just a new
wanted to
idea.
get this up and running.
And we're gonna. I think they call this running it up the flagpole and see if anybody salutes. I think that's what they use in the marketing world. At least they did on.
I was
They
in
did
the Army.
on
I was in the Army. There was a lot of other things that were ran up the flagpole.
yeah.
So I like this one better to see if it sticks.
Yeah, I think that's a statement they used to use in Mad Men or something like that. So, with that, we got about 5 minutes into this segment. Let's finish it off with a greeting for everybody, and then we'll do this again next week.
Yeah, and I think the other idea is that we're going to open this up for Q&A almost. If
good
people
idea.
can send in, their questions. We'll get that out to the public. What are your questions about law enforcement? What are your questions about what happened in New Orleans this past week, the tragic terrorist event, right? We'd love to answer those questions. So it's a great opportunity for us to have a little dialogue with the public. You have a question about law or particular laws, tinted windows on cars. Everybody's got vehicle and traffic law questions. That'd be interesting just to be able to respond to people and answer those questions.
And let me ask you a question. If they were to send you an email right now, where would it go? Where would it go?
So as a sheriff, you can send it to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office webpage. You go right in there, contact sheriff, and you click a button, and it goes right to my secretary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a work in progress, so we will get you another email address soon,
Sure.
just for this show.
Yeah, just for this show.
Just for the show. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to see how we make this recording work.
Yeah,
send
look forward to it.
Send it off
Yeah.
and see how it goes.
We'll build the airplane in flight. See if we can get to land.
Obviously, you have friends that work at Boeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
737.
737. Okay, gang, we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening. Please like and share. We'll be making more.